Hey, good morning, YouTube. So, on what was it, a couple videos ago, I mentioned that I had a pair of riding jeans sent to me by a company called Winx Wheels, and these are them. So I promised to review them, and I've been riding in these a fair bit. So I think I've got an opinion. CE armor in the knees, and I'll show you what that looks like. Now it's got the CE designations there, and it's proper designations. They don't come with a CE armor booklet, little tag. Normally with CE armor enclosed, that's what you get. You get a booklet. You didn't get a booklet here, so. But that being said, it seems like decent protection. I mean, I think that in most instances, a slide, this is going to protect you well enough for the amount of sliding you're going to do. It also has armor for the hips. So it's just that. It's just basically a, what is it, about a 1/4 inch thick foam. Now, the website says the hip armor is CE approved, CE certified, but it actually isn't. So that's one thing. They're very well made. You know, they're stitched together nicely. The stitching is all good. It's all strong. It has elasticated panels there and there above the knee, and the material is stretchy laterally, not vertically. But it does give you enough stretch to be comfortable. When you're on the bike, you can bend your knees and no problem, there's no pulling. Those are the main things about them. You know, they're comfortable. It'll give you enough protection in most slides for jeans that aren't Kevlar lined. So that's important to note. They're not Kevlar lined, but then for the price, they wouldn't be, you know. I'll put a screenshot up here as well, indicating their pricing. Now that is in Canadian funds. So you can see from the pricing, they had, at least at that time when I took that screenshot, they had a 50% off deal. Now, I like the fact that the knee armor can be removed from the outside. So for instance, if you go for a ride or you're commuting on these to work, you can get to where you're going and pull the armor out to be more comfortable. So that's cool. That's cool. The one thing that, well, there's a couple criticisms that I could provide here. The initial fit when I got these was not good. I will put the sizing chart up here right now. Now, if you look at their sizing chart, they give specifics, you know, they give the out seam, the inseam, the waist, and so forth. But what they don't give is the rise from the crotch to the waistband. When I got these, now I ordered these to be as close as possible to my normal jean size. So I measured my normal jeans and then I went by their sizes, got the closest one I could. Normally I wear 32, 34, and I have a 32-inch inseam. So that usually fits me fine. So when you get your knee up, you know, they don't ride up too high. These were 32-30, and the only way I could get a longer inseam was to go to a much larger waist than I would need. So I couldn't do that. So I ordered this, 32-30. When I got them, yeah, they were long enough, so that was a good relief. But what I found was the crotch was hanging way down. I mean, it was way down there. And as a result, the knee armor was below my knees. So the top of the knee armor was right about there. So it was kind of pointless. And I thought to myself, well, I really can't, I can't use these, because of that, because the only reason you're paying more to get jeans like this is because you've got armor to protect your knees, and your knees are what's going to take a lot of abuse when you slide. Ask me how I know. So I thought to myself, okay, what can I do? What can I do? Maybe they'll shrink in the wash and that'll change things. So I washed them, and I washed them according to instructions. And the instructions say, do not tumble dry. So I hung them to dry, tried them on again. There was still a problem. It was a little bit better, but the armor was still below the knee. So what I did was I washed them again and I put them in the dryer. This time they shrunk appreciably. And so they were a better fit. And now the knee armor fits properly. But, I shouldn't have really had to purposefully try to shrink them to get that result. However, that's the way it was. So I'm keeping this real. Okay, so here they are. I hope you can see the feet. I'll go back just in case. They seem comfortable. Not bad at all. The knee armor doesn't feel uncomfortable in the least. And what I also like about them is that nothing gets displaced. If you're in a fall and you hit the ground, a lot of jeans will have too loose material here, and then the knee armor slides over and then you get no protection once you hit the pavement. But these, they stay in place good. So that's excellent. I like that. So the main issue for me with these jeans has been the crotch being so low. I've got them up here, and when I first got them, I would have had to worn them up here in order to have the crotch in a normal position. When I get on the bike, and you lift your leg over and then you sit, what happens is it pulls the crotch up, of course, otherwise it's going to feel binding. So yeah, it's going to pull it right up. And then what happens is the leg rises and the back of my ankle gets exposed. So it's kind of up there when I'm riding. So I'm not too fond of that. The knee or the hip pads, I'll show you where they cover. They cover from here to there. So it's kind of like the side of your butt cheek is covered. Your actual hip bone isn't covered. So that's without padding. There's a little bit, maybe the edge of it can catch the hip bone. So whether that's an issue for you or not, I don't know. The style of the jeans, this is kind of that pocketed style with the panels and such. And I think that in a way that's a good idea, because what it does is it gives extra material here and there, right? So that's another good point about the jeans, these in particular, is you've got double and triple material here and there, where you've got a flap over and a seam and a pocket there and whatnot. So riding comfort, by the way, is good once you're on the bike. It's just that rise at the back, that bugs me, because, then the air is right around my ankle, unprotected. So would I recommend them? I would say yes, as long as the fit is okay for you, My body is, I think, proportionate, and I'm not out of the normal, I don't think. 5'11", 173 pounds. If you think that, according to the size chart, that you're going to get a good fit and the knee armor is going to be where it should be, then at 50% off, I'd say it's a decent deal. At full price, $279, not so much. So yeah, that's my final impression. You know, I think they're good, but they have some drawbacks. At least for me, they did. And that's it. I'm going to be reviewing another pair of jeans I've got coming. They should be here this coming Sunday, and then I'll wear them for a couple weeks and see what they're like. And they'll be Kevlar armed and CE armor, hip and knee, certified CE in both places, and Kevlar lined. And they cost $159 CAD. So $20 more than these. We'll see what they're like. And so stay tuned for a review on those. Anyway, you take care, you ride safe, and catch you on another video.